Bob's training has been substantial just for me because I was just a boss. Now I'm a leader. Work's not a four-letter word here. It's teamwork. It's collaboration. These guys, even outside their league, will help others between the two divisions that we most are close together on any work that's going on. You just make a phone call and somebody's there to help. Or it's like, if he's not available to help, this other guy's free. Go ahead and give him a holler. It's been tremendous for us as far as accomplishments. Good afternoon. My name is Shawn Quinlan. I'm the mechanical superintendent for Donaldson Services District. District's been in service since 1953. I've been here for 18 years. I started out as a temporary employee and was able to, through promotion and work and success, become a superintendent for the district of the mechanical division. It's been a tremendous place to be. One of the main lessons I learned, like I said, was just reflecting on me and what I did and how I could do to help the group grow and support all their things. One of my basic things was that I learned from Bob's training was the mission. And so I brought into my staff meeting strategic plan, and the group knew about it, but nobody discussed it. And there's mission goals in that strategic plan. It turns out our division is responsible for 5 parts of that whole strategic plan through our mechanical work, facilities work, and things like that. And it gave them a direction. It's no longer just a job. It was now focused on what they needed to accomplish and how big of a part they are worth that. And before this started, before any of Bob's training I had gone through, we had challenges. There was a better term for it, but splinter groups. 3 or 4 guys kind of hung out, 5 or 6 kind of hung out. They all did the thing. They would all kind of help each other. Nobody really collaborated and worked together. But with Bob's training, we got motivation, got a sense of urgency. And again, like I said, me was part of it too, because I didn't have the direction. One of the things that kind of stood out for me was leaders don't just tell others what, when, and where to do it. That's a boss. Leader reinforces the mission, provides support, especially during the tough times, and guidance, and inspires them even if something goes wrong. Let them know that was the best effort, and most likely that was going to happen anyway. Probably one of the standout lessons, well, there's several, but the one that I focused on the most was that if you can't do what a leader can do, you should really rethink of what you're doing, because you're not just in charge of yourself, you're in charge of a whole group, and you're in charge of their accomplishments and how they're seen, not just how you're seen. If the leader fails, they all fail. And that really wasn't the path I wanted to be on. In Bob's training, really, that was one of the things that stuck out the most and helped me provide what needed to be provided through that training to the group to make them who they are today. And the division was just a division. It wasn't a team. And now it's a team. And they even love hearing that word. It's like, when I send an email, mechanical team, and they all are just like, well, cool, we're all part of that. When you have 15 different personalities and they can all work together, that is a major accomplishment. It's not something I did. It's just something Bob's training helped me to find where those things were at, to get that and to actually pull that out of the people, and to build from the bottom up and not from the top down. And that's kind of the way the focus, not really here, but just in the world. And it's really the bottom up. Your youngest members of your group, or your, least knowledgeable, are the ones that need to be shown all these things through the group. And once they see that, new ones come in. That's now the way the job works, instead of just having these splinter groups like, you get through different facilities. And it's been tremendous for us. One other thing, if a leader doesn't prepare the workforce and provide them the opportunity, autonomy is never going to happen. And it's actually not that it's lessened my workload, it's made my workload substantially easier, because these guys know their responsibilities, they know the mission, and they know they can make decisions on things without giving me a phone call or sending me a text or something. It happens. And when it happens, they say, look, I made an executive decision today, Shawn, and boom, it was right. And it's like, couldn't be better. It's like, that's excellent. And the biggest focus, I didn't take this job because I needed it. I took it because I wanted it, but I didn't have the right direction. And now with Bob's leadership training, that direction, they're actually learning to be able to take this over again from me when I leave, or or move to somewhere else, or whatever, whichever happens. And that's probably one of the biggest rewards is they're all working for that too. Someday I'm going to be a superintendent, someday I'm going to be a supervisor. And it helps them in all they do, and just the thinking they've had and the stuff I've been able to convey from Bob's training has been exceptional. There's so much, there's so many chapters, like 8 or 10 chapters, and plus all the sub chapters in there. There's a lot to cover, but it's effective. You can tell, Bob came up through the ranks and he's been through the exact same things we've all gone through, but took in the right path and been able to convey that message to others. And we've had several here take the course as well. And their divisions, we have so many different divisions. They're all different. Some it's just administrative, some it's laboratory, some it's just safety. So a lot of the things don't get noticed because it's not high visibility, which is a benefit for us, but it's still in their groups, the same thing happens as well. Bob's training's been effective on all that stuff. It's been a great thing. And it can't, say it enough. Not only a closing statement, but leader just doesn't tell others what to do, when and where. They're there to support everything and inspire them and get them to voluntarily achieve their goals. And that was one of the things I learned in this was voluntary achievement. It actually gives them much more satisfaction than forced achievement. Work becomes a 4-letter word. It's no longer a great place to be. It's a job, and I got to go in again today, only got to do it for 20 more years. I'll be done someday. And that's not what you want. You want somebody that wants to come in and wants to be at work, and nobody shows up late. They work, stay over. It's been a tremendous benefit for our group and for the divisions that's been affected by it.